Big hello, guys. How you doing? I was going to do something. I'm never 100% ready when I start these things. How are you all? You all good? All behaving yourselves? Hi, Chella. Ma'am, I just got a notification that you liked a Instagram thing that I sent you, which was nice. Is anyone going to the Hades? I remember it now. I need to show everyone now. Where is it? I love sending random stuff to my friends on Instagram. Okay, so I'm going to play it, yeah. Hang on.
Hey, Scotty. Jesus, man. Hey, Scotty. Jesus, man.
Jesus, man. Jesus, man. Yeah, it is random. But, yeah. Oh, Zarek, I'm diving into stereo image today. Yeah, nice. Yeah, our DMs are crazy. Really crazy. It's good to see you, babe. And thank you for 33 months as well. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. So I'm hoping to see some of you at the Brighton Music Conference that starts tomorrow in Brighton. I will be there on Thursday. Hi, Tufty. I'll be there Thursday because one of my students, DJ Wheels, he's DJing. He's going to be DJing there. I'm so proud of him. Those of you who know DJ Wheels, he has cerebral palsy and DJs from a wheelchair with one hand. And he certainly doesn't let it slow him down. He's written a book. He's done talks for other people. He used to teach in the Paralympics, enter the Paralympics. He's so amazing. He's so cool. I love him, and he's really funny. And he lives near to Brighton, Southend-on-Sea, and he's going to be DJing there. He met Carl Cox there last year, and had a good chat with him. Gave him one of his books, and yeah, well, I don't think he plays hardcore, but I'm sure he could. It doesn't work on this show, Chella. Oh no. I don't have it set up on this show because this is the sensible show. But I'm going to read it anyway. Look, it's been a while since I could say this to you, but I come here so I can. I gotta go to work. Bye. There you go. Love you, mate. That's even better. Good. I'm glad. So yeah, welcome in everyone. This is the demo drop. If you've not watched before, then basically what we do is we put sunglasses on. We don't really, but these are some sunglasses that I bought from Shein, and they were like not even £3. They're probably about two quid max. And not on this box, but on the box, the other one. This is nothing to do with what the show's about, by the way, but it said not to be used to stop sunshine on your face or something like that. So, well, what's the point in buying them then? Oh, yeah, fashion. They look cool, though, don't they? Thank you. I put them on for my social media post earlier and put them back in their box now. So, yeah, this is the demo drop. We listen to your music. We give each other advice. We help you guys to get your work signed. We help you to get your work improved, maybe, or even just give it, a listen and go, yeah, that's amazing. And a lot of the time, that's all a lot of you've needed is a little bit of confirmation that you're doing the right thing. Yeah, just don't wear those sunglasses when it's sunny. Exactly, Richie. Exactly. But at least I look cool while I go blind. So, but yeah, actually a bit of a safety public service announcement. Please wear proper glasses when you're driving, because I watched a video on Instagram or Facebook where a girl was wearing sunglasses, had a car accident, and they weren't proper like glass in the glasses, and it shattered her eye, and now she's blind in one eye. So you got to think about things like that if you're going to be wearing them. Yeah. So because the glass didn't shatter properly or something. Something bad happened anyway. So just check. I bet she didn't, Richie. Exactly. But yeah, that's just be careful. And also, please don't charge your phones up when you're in bed. And have the phone on charge with the phone charging up next to you, please. And always put your phone on flight mode at night time, please. Thank you. Tifty says, I pay for prescription Polaroids. Cool. Oh, I don't turn mine off, Richie. I just don't have the 4G flowing through my body. Hi, Brentford. Okay, so we've got CAJ in today. We've got Control 4. This is not in this order, by the way, but we've got some guy called Pete, Martin Guy, Kid Dynamo. We've got new Kid Dynamo today. Justin Daniels, Jamie R and Charlie Bosch. We've got Jason Naughty versus Artina. Chris Fury is in. Tufty, Mark Ross. Yeah, and those are all of the people that we've got in today. I have seen DJ Tufty in the chat. So we're going to pop yours on first, mate. So here we go.
I'm wanted. I'm wanted. But I'm needed. But wanted. Hold it by your love. I never knew anywhere that felt like home. I've wandered forever chasing the unknown. I don't dare move my eyes on you. Oh, got you in my sights, the whole world waits for your embrace. I'm wanted, on it, hold it by your love. I need it, breathe it, I can't get enough. I want it, on it, hold it by your love, your love.
Well, what did you guys think of that? That was DJ Tufty, Haunted by Your Love. I really like this one. Really liked it. Apparently it is unsigned at the moment as well. So just saying. Yeah, I really like this. I wasn't expecting that drop. And I really, in a good way, in a really good way. So yeah, everything sounded great, sounded very well balanced. Most importantly, it was a great vocal. I've never heard that vocal before, so I don't know if it's an original or you got AI to sing it, or if you got it from Splice or wherever it's from. I really like it. I think it sounds really great. Hi DJ Digi, good to see you, mate. I did have help with the sound engineer. That's fine. Vox is a sample pack. Great. Yeah, I think it's great to use engineers as a up and coming producer in your own right, because you can ask questions. It kind of allows you to put stuff out, you know, without it having to sound crap beforehand. So it's actually good for the scene as well, you know. And you'll learn a lot when you're in the studio with an engineer. So yeah, that's fantastic. At the end of the day, like you're the one that's putting in the creative ideas. There are a lot of people that can make music, and what I mean by that is they've learned how to use a DAW, how to use synths, how to use VSTs, how to do mid-side compression, EQing, sound design, but they might not have that many original ideas, or they might need someone to provide, you know, some kind of inspiration and creativity in that way. And that's why collaborations seem to work quite well as well, when you get like Above and Beyond, who's two people, isn't it, at least? Or Eiffel 65 is a really good example. Is it 65? I'm so bad with numbers. And you'll find that a lot of the time, this day and age, well-known artists will collab with each other, and it really allows to get out of your own mindset, your usual mindset, and to bounce off each other. So I've enjoyed doing a lot of collabs in my career, and I've definitely found that they can help get me out of my own head. I'm just thinking, is it Eiffel 65 or is it Eiffel 64? 60 at 5, okay. Yeah, I was just trying to confuse myself. 65. Stop it, Richie. Eiffel 69. Great. Well, yeah, Tufty, I loved it. Yeah, it was 65. Thank you. Me and numbers don't have the best relationship. But yeah, my point is, that's fine. That's cool. And I love this track that you've come out with, and I really hope that it gets signed, and I hope it gets signed to the right label as well. So well done, mate. Thanks for sending it in. Next up, we've got Control 4. And this is Amato Corp, I think this is called. go. Control 4 and Amato Corp. Really, really great slab of psytrance here. So Amato Group is from the Tim Heidecker Show, also known as On Cinema at the Cinema. Is a fictional company typically depicted as a conglomerate with a somewhat ambiguous business model. So that's a bit behind the story of the song, which is really cool. Really cool. And this track's, and he says it's on the final stages before mastering. Yeah, I think it's great. Oh, it's a comedy show. Okay, cool. It's a comedy show. No worries, DJ Digi. We'll see you soon. Yeah, like I loved how it all built towards the end, and then you left the bass line change to the second half of the track. Perfect. Don't want to play all your main cards too soon when it comes to making a track. Hello, Kid Dynamo. And I really like that. I loved all the textures in this. All of the sounds, very stylistic to this genre of music. Yeah, and again, I was saying with the last one, this one sounds very balanced as well. It just sounds finished. And yeah, I love the story behind it as well. So thank you. Thank you so much for sending it in. And guys, please make sure you are following Control 4. So next, we have got CAJ, and this is Can't Live. This is Chris Jones. Oh, can I just say before we get into this one, thank you, Hellbent. Thank you for 2 months, May. And I also want to say thank you to Control 4 as well, who is having a kind of monster anxiety attack right now. I'm going to join you shortly. I've got a kind of... I know, right, I'm just going to go and get it. Because I know I said I wasn't going to drink what they called energy drinks anymore. But... But when you're tired, they kind of help. But the problem is, right, I had 2 yesterday. I haven't had one for a while, and then I bought one about a month ago, and then I bought 2 yesterday. Yeah. Do you know what I think it is? I think it's because 4's excessive, 2's excessive. I think 1 a day is excessive. I think 1 a week you're going to be fine. But in fact, I don't think I'm going to go and have it because I had 2 yesterday. But I think it's because it's nearing July, and July is when I'm allowed to drink again. So I don't drink any alcohol from January to July. And then July the 2nd is my birthday. Remember, my birthday is 2nd of July. And that's when everyone buys me gin. And I think because it's getting to that time now. And the other thing as well is I've been doing intermittent fasting for like 5 or 6 months now. I've lost nearly 2 stone. And I think what happens is when you stop doing one thing, you want something else. So like addictions never really go away. Do you know what I mean? So they just changed. I am Cancerian, yes. They just, I think that addictions just change. So you can change it to a good addiction, or you can just get worse. So I think my new one is Monsters. No, not Cancer Monsters. Just energy drinks again. Yeah, I think they do. As long as you're aware of it, just be mindful. So, yeah, recovering alcoholic, you'll always be an alcoholic, exactly. It's a lifelong battle. But you also get your life back. So, well done, Becky. I'm very proud of you. And, yeah, do you know what? I'll tell you now that as much as I joke about, yeah, you can all buy me gin when it's my birthday, I still have so much gin in my cupboard that I still haven't drank because I'll probably get drunk 4 times. And every time I end up going... I wish I didn't do that. I wish I didn't do that now because it's not worth it. It really isn't. I love being sober, but I just feel that it's unless you're doing abstinence-based recovery, obviously, it's sometimes nice to be able to have a drink, but I don't miss it. Martin Guy says I broke my ankle in March and put on over 2 stone. Yeah, you'll lose it again. That's probably one of the worst things, isn't it? When you hurt some part of your body and you can't move around as much. Hi, Lance. Rockstar's disappeared. I wonder why. Yeah, I mean, I always drink the sugar-free Monsters anyway. But anyway, back to this awesome track. This was by CAJ, which is Chris Jones. I think Chris is in the chat. Now, I really, really like this tune. I think that it needs some work, definitely, in terms of like the kick needs to be more prominent, but the ideas are there. Hi, Jones, Chris C. How you doing, mate? The ideas are there, and that's the most important thing, like we were saying before about having creative ideas and going in the studio with an engineer. You know, that's an important thing to do, because why is my Google being a dick? I'm just going to let you know now that my Google is being a dickhead. So if when we're listening to a track it just goes off, it's because Google's snapped or Chrome's snapped. But yeah, just to forewarn you. just think that some of the technical stuff could be better, like the kick be more prominent, better mixed down, and maybe bring in these ideas a little bit. I think it was a bit washed out with delays and reverbs in a few areas, but also you can also ignore that because that's probably, or sometimes that can be just a personal preference. But I'd come at it. Oh, nice one, Chris. I'm assuming your first name's Chris and not Jones. I could be wrong though. But I would, if you're in Guy's channel, this would be a good track to present to him to get some feedback from him. And I think one of the things he will say to you is to simplify this a little bit and then concentrate on the individual elements as well, like your kick, your clap, your snare, your hi-hats, your close, your open hi-hats, your rides, if you've got any in there. He'll go over how to get all of those elements balanced, any loops, or if applicable. But the vocal was great, and I also would have liked to have heard a bass line progression moving with the melody a bit more in parts of it. So all good things, at the end of the day, good. What I mean by that is these are good problems to have, because it's to just bring it up to that, to a level. If you wanted to, you don't have to do anything. This is just my opinion. If you wanted to get this at a standard that would be considered for on a record label, for example, those would be the things that they would be saying to you. So yeah, thank you for sending it in, mate. Next up is Martin Guy, and this is In the Sunlight.
Drop the bass, 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 bass.
Roll yourself out of bed, treat yourself like a friend.
sunlight. You belong in the 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 sunlight. You survived this, I promise. Look how far you've come. And all the battles you won. Yeah, look at all you've done. You belong in the sunlight. 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 Sunlight.
So Martin Guy, mate, take a bow. I really, really like this in terms of engineering, sound, production, music production. Really well balanced. Everything's got its place. This is like done. There are two things. So all I'm going to focus on is two things that stuck out to me that just need tying over just to make it sound professional, as in label ready. Those two things are at 3 minutes 17. We'll go back and listen to it. 3 minutes 17. You know the pianos that come in? They come in a little bit too hot. So they need to be filtered, or you could try to filter them in before that point. So if we just go back again to 3:17, let's just have a little listen. Have a little listen.
Roll yourself out of bed. Treat yourself like a friend. With every breath you can start again. Heal your wounds, you can start to mend. Come on, hold your head up, hold your head up high. There's a light in the darkness. Hold your head up, face up to the sky. You'll survive this, I promise. Look how far you've come, and all the battles you won. Yeah, look.
They come in a little bit too hot there, so you could have them kind of like coming up with a high pass filter, something like that. It just felt like they were just there straight away. So they just need, in my opinion, they just need to be transitioned in a little bit better. The other thing is there just needs to be a cymbal crash at the point of the second breakdown, because it felt like it wasn't finished as the introduction to the breakdown. So at yes, Lance. So at 3:47.
You belong in the sunlight. 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 You belong in the
Ignore me, you've got
sunlight.
one.
You belong in the sunlight. You belong.
Maybe it just needs, and it felt like there was no solidness behind it. Maybe it needs either a kick there or an impact, something with the boom.
You belong in the sunlight. You belong.
Like with the weight behind it, where it's got, one of those. That's it. That's it. Those are just two things that I heard that I would probably do. You don't even need to do those things. It's still an amazing tune. It's still, it's still really cool. But they're just two things that made me go, that felt like it was missing that. But my God, mate, This is brilliant. I love it. I love the fact that you used a male vocal and that you did it in a major key as well. And my absolute favourite bit is this. I could listen to that all day. I love that bit. And I was a little bit gutted that it didn't come back in again at the end, because I'd like to mix out of that as a DJ. Yeah, because it only comes in on that bit. I think it could take it just having that coming back in near the end so that I could mix with that. Yeah, I'd love that. I'd love that. But yeah, thank you for sending it in, mate. Yay! Next up, some guy called Pete. That's his name. You're welcome, Martin Guy. We love you. Some guy called Pete. I think he might be here, but I'm not sure. And this is Even, and it's featuring Ali. Let's go. There we go. Some guy called Pete who's in the chat right now, and this is Even featuring Ali. So you said it is a remake of something that you sent in a while ago. I really like it. I really like it. I like the looseness of the percussion and the kick. I think it's got this very, it's got a very clear identity. I feel like that it was just one small section. You're on about the vocal. The rest of the vocal's perfect. I think it's the way that the do you mean the oh like that one? Do you mean that bit? Yeah, the last one was over 7 minutes long. Yeah, I think you've pulled it back nicely. I don't feel that any of that vocal was out of tune. It didn't feel like that to me. Usually I would pick up on it. If you did start to mess around with that, you would probably end up making it sound terrible. Like, so a lot of the time with vocals, you need to, unless you know what you're doing and you're using something like Melodyne or whatever. Yes, in the main first break. I'm interested to know what you mean, because I know you are a producer, Lance. So it'd be interesting to. So that's the harmonies.
To breathe, beat this aching. What part of this aren't you getting?
Yeah, that's just the harmonies, the way that the harmonies have been sung. I like it like that. I think that it sounds very natural. Isn't it interesting though?
You've been sweet, but it's time to leave. It's time to leave. I'm lost feeling. I need to breathe.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's the harmonies, the way that she's singing the harmonies. It's quite a lazy style of singing. Well, I don't mean that in a rude way. I mean, it's a lazily expressed vocal, but she's singing in the on a semitone down from the harmonic and then going up. So there are resolution notes in there, but it's fine. It's fine. I think it sounds fine. It could be, or it might just be you might have better ears than me. You know, it could be that you're hearing something that I might not. But I get where you're coming from, but I quite like that feeling of it. I quite like the I didn't feel like it was disjointed to me. I think maybe because it's only in one section of it as well. If there is a little bit of it not being in the complete on the right note in that harmonic of the root key of the track, you can get away with it a little bit more, I think, with vocals. But I liked it. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was cool. Yeah, that's don't be silly, Lance. It's just different. People are different, aren't they? Everyone's got different tastes as well. But yeah, it's a great track, and I really like the vocal. But you said that you did slightly detune it. Yeah, you can if you've. Okay, so did you have the harmonies there separate and you put them on yourself? I don't think it's something that was, that much to worry about, but it might be interesting to go back in, slap them into Melodyne, and Melodyne will tell you what notes they're on, and then you'll be able to work it out from there if it is out of tune or not, and you'd very easily be able to correct it. But I liked it. I thought that was actually just how the singer had sung it in quite a lazy kind of a style. I quite liked how it sounded. And the rest of it, like a few of us were saying, the kick drums are very subjective. I would love to hear this in a breaks track. Like, I'd love to hear like some kind of like broken beats version of this, or a chill out version. You could take this in so many different ways, but the main thing is improvement, and I think that you've improved so much. Yeah. From where you were. Lance says, I love the track overall, beautiful melody. Yeah, you got really nice sounds in there. Just keep doing it. Just keep making more music, please, mate, because we loved it. So yeah, thank you. Can I just say a big thank you as well to Chris Jones for the gifted sub. I appreciate you, mate. Thank you. The vocal was a free download. Brilliant. Awesome. Yeah, I'd never heard it before. I know you've said that you'd sent it in previously, but yeah, that's a good find. Ghost Hack. Cool. I'll have to check that out. Next up, we have got Kid Dynamo, and this is called Hold On Tight. Okay, so we've got Kid Dynamo there with Hold On Tight. Everything I want from a Kid Dynamo track in this. I love it. I'm going to be playing this a lot. Yeah, everything from... Yeah, you've got like the air horns in there. Woo, 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 we've got a woo in the shape of a siren. We've got some top woos. We've got some pows in there. Great little effects and stuff in the fills. Everything nice and cheeky. And I love it. Hi, Becky. Hello to Jason Naughty as well. Becky, I need to give you a call, don't I? We need to have a catch up. Yeah, I really like it. And again, it's everything I want from a Kid Dynamo track. So thank you very much for sending it. And please, guys, go and give Kid Dynamo a follow. I've given you the thingamabob. Let me just give it you again. Yeah, and I will give you a call. Are you free after the show? After I finish this? So in about in an hour. I'll give you a quick call. Cool. I'll catch up with you while I'm playing Pal World. Is anyone else playing Pal World? No, still no. I keep asking and everyone's like, no. Pal World. Pal World. It's Pal World. Pal World. It's a game. Pal World. PayPal World. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm very addicted to it at the moment. I've nearly completed it. So yeah, I'll give you a call once I'm done here, babe. I'll have a proper catch up. Guys, make sure if you're not already, follow Becky Safe, please. If you're interested in music production and DJing and D&B, she's your girl. Go give her a follow. Christmas fun. Lived it, Kid Dynamo. Keep sending them in, mate. Love you. Love you so much. Okay, next we have got, so this is Chris Fury. Chris Fury says, so we've got some notes to this tune. Fully sequenced, so this track is fully sequenced on a Yamaha RM1. Excuse me, I'm so tired. Which was Yamaha's attempt at a Roland groove box back in the day. So it was made many years ago, and I'm now feeling the confidence to get my music out there. So it's a 10-minute trance track that I fleshed out with fills and own vocal at the end of a massive build-up in the middle using SF, now Sony Acid. So please play it and share it with everyone, as it's 100% my own work. So we won't be able to play the whole 10 minutes. I did say this to Chris, but we're gonna get through about 5 minutes of it. So just remember, a lot of people's music as well is either in the early stages of being made, in the latter stages, not completely finished, or finished and ready for release or released. So this is about giving some constructive advice to help someone to go back into their projects and improve. So here we go. go. We've got Chris Fury there and Withered. So as I said before, when I started playing it, we had a few notes. So this is fully sequenced on a Yamaha RM1X. So that means that a lot of these sounds are fully sequenced. So all of these sounds have come from this one keyboard, which I think is a great, like, wow, like that in itself is cool. Like the fact that all of those things have come from that one keyboard. So on that side of things, brilliant. However, if I'm going to say what I'm going to say from a place of what I'm expecting to hear and what will make it playable to a DJ or signable to a record label, there are a few rules to music theory and production that are relevant, not absolute, but relevant to talk about. So a few things that I've written while we were listening. Your bass line needs to be more solid. So your main parts, kick, bass, need to be solid. They have to be constant within a dance track or a trance tune in this case. So it sounded like there was some kind of there was something moving on that bass. So either you've got some processing or some effects going on there, or you need to turn retrig on. Excuse me, if possible, because that bass line wasn't solid at all. It was kind of, it had a bit too much movement in it, and I don't mean that by like the melody or anything like that. I mean like the actual sound. Or you could layer it with a more solid sound. It would just need to be like, I don't know, like a square wave, you know, just have another oscillator and add it as a layer, or add, you know, just to make it a bit more solid. Yeah, and so Kid Dynamo says I'd maybe bring in the kick and the bass up a little bit in volume as well. So that goes into another thing that I had written down here. The kick needs to be in trance and dance music. Your kick needs to be the loudest part of the track in the mix down. So you want to mix, well, you don't want to, you can if you want, mix the kick to about -6 dB, and then the bass will be just slightly underneath that, just ever so slightly. That's to taste, but the kick doesn't need to be, Amber. The kick, what we're used to hearing, the kick in this style of music will be the loudest element. Again, I understand that you've made all of these sounds on this Yamaha RMX and RM1X, so this is just to try and get you and bring conversation. You know what it's like, Becky, when you're giving advice. I don't like using absolutes with people, because I want people to express themselves, but I also don't want you to sound bad. You know, I want you to get your work signed. I want you to I want you to know what the things are, because a lot of the time people won't even know what the problem is. They'll know that it doesn't sound like everyone else's music, but they're not sure why. But this is what this show's all about, is to help you to understand. Yeah, it is like walking a tightrope, but it's I know it's going to be helpful to have these conversations. So yeah, bass line needs to be more solid. Your main parts, such as the kick and bass, need to be as solid as possible. It sounded like you might want to turn on retrig, or take off any effects that might be on the bass line channel. I think a lot of the problem here is you're limited by the DAW that you're using. You're using Sony Acid. Now, I'm not sure what Sony Acid is, but if it's something like Is it the one that Kid Dynamo uses? Okay, so you haven't got that many limitations, and you will be able to do the things that you need to do in there. I would just say just use a Yamaha RM1X for some sounds, because going through, like, there were some really other great ideas. So you had a part in the breakdown where there was like this sound that it sounded like you were changing the rate of the LFO, which was really cool. So it was this bit. Like, I really like that. I think that's a really, really cool sound. It's very expressive. So bounce down those little ideas and use those kinds of things to give yourself stuff that you've created yourself in a track. So things like that, I really think you should keep those kind of ideas in there. What else did I say? The song's quite long, so there's some elements in there that are in there for a long time, and they need to evolve a little bit more. So this will probably be a limitation of that keyboard. What you could do is you could add in, I don't know actually if you can do this in Acid, but oh no, it's just that you can't use VSTs, is it? You can use like plugins and stuff. You could try adding something that's going to evolve that sound a little bit, like maybe a phaser, a flange, or a filter, just, you know, something that can like bring these elements in and out a bit more, just so they're not so static and sounding so like just stuck there, because your ear will get bored of hearing it really, really quickly. Yep, all of those kind of ideas, Control 4, yep. I love that fat acidy warp, but the riser behind it needs work. Yep, I agree. Yeah, I agree. But there's so many really cool things that you've done in this track. And you should definitely keep them. But I think the limitation of literally making everything in that keyboard, that's where it's gonna, you know, fail short of sounding like a complete track. Also, I said some nice melodic progressions. Hi, Nebula. But around about 6 minutes 50, there were some issues with the melody and bass not being in key. So if I just go back to it. So again, there's a lot of ideas that could just be reined in a lot more. There are some really good ideas here, but it just needs a bit more discipline, reining in, finding the best bits of this track, and just investing to get them sounding the best you can. So, you know, again, like I always say, it's a good problem to have because there are some great ideas in there. But on that second half, after that second breakdown, the melodies and the bass lines were getting a little bit too adventurous. And another part of trance and dance music in general is repetition and being quite and being pattern based and keeping to that pattern. There's just a tiny bit too much movement in there, which will, like, it's jarring. Yeah, repetition and consistency. Yeah. But yeah, all in all, some really, really cool ideas. And the fact that you've done this on a Yamaha RM1X is great, because it's showing a different way. Instead of just using samples that you've plucked off the internet, you're doing stuff yourself and recording them and putting them into Acid. And I have a lot of love for anyone that does that. So yeah, now it's a case of just picking your favorite bits of that. I would say for things such as the kick, especially, if you really want to use something from the Yamaha, definitely use it as a layer, but find something that is going to be a nice sample that is going to really allow the kick to push through all of these other areas, all these other instruments. See you later, Becky. Cool. I hope that that's been helpful for you, mate. And also, if you guys want to go and support Chris Fury, go and follow him. Can you layer, let's say, bass, mid, and some sort of snare together to make a fat kick in Yamaha? Maybe. I don't know exactly. I don't know a lot exactly about this keyboard and the sounds that are on board with it. You could, but you would then probably, to get it to today's standards, let's say, you would need to do some extra processing with it as well. It depends what sound you're going for. But you probably could. You could probably make 3 like layers in there. So it depends what you've got on there. If you've got some kind of attack, delay, sustain, release envelope on there and you were able to have that amount of control, yes, I guess. But at that point, why not use a VST which is designed to do those sounds? Or a sample. But again, all of that is just subjective. It all depends on what it is you are trying to achieve. So, but yeah, thank you, mate. Next up, we have got Jason Naughty, and he sent in a track he's done with Artina. I met Artina at a gig of mine a couple of weeks ago, and I've already heard this track and I've already played it because it's awesome. It's a really, really cool track. This is Jason Naughty and Artina, and it's called Taken Over. Wow, Jason Naughty and Artina taken over. Yeah, I got sent this already actually by Artina after he was playing after me at a gig a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, I really like it. One second. Yeah, I really, really like it. I love the rave stabs. I love the piano, the rave pianos as well. And it's got that awesome production that I have heard from Artina and yourself over the years as well. So yeah. He sent me a load of his tracks because I didn't know that you guys had worked together. And I said, send me all your music, please, because I stayed after my set because I was really interested to hear him. And he was doing a producer set after me. So I stayed after my set, which I usually just go straight home. And I'm so glad I did. And then when he sent me over the tracks the next day, there was your name there. And I was like, oh my God, I know him. Yeah, it's a great fusion. It's perfect. I love it. So this is out on it's out on Alternate State, which is this part of Positive State Records then? Is this a different one? Yes, a label. Brilliant. I didn't even know that. That's awesome. That's so awesome. Yeah, I can't fault it. I love it. And yeah, like I said, I've already been playing this in my sets anyway and on my live streams. It's a great feel-good track. It's also a really good, I call them bridge tracks from like if I'm playing... Like if I was going from groovy hard house into trance, I could use, and banging trance, I could use this. Or if I was going from banging trance into hard house, I could use a track like this. It's also nice because there's a lot of formulaic trance out there, and having a track like this out there that isn't too afraid to be itself and have some different elements in there. Thank God, it breaks up the monotonousness of so many of the cookie cutter pieces of trance that I get sent. So I always appreciate it when something a bit different comes around. So yeah, and I love the vocal as well. I love the vocal. So yeah, thank you guys. Please get following Jason Naughty because he's awesome. Next up we have got Justin Daniels and Jamie R and Charlie Bosch, and this is called Turn Around. The front door. May. Jamie R is in the chat right now. I really love this. That bass, the bass donk, the donk is like butter. So nice. Even when it goes up and down from the fundamental, it doesn't lose any power. It's just so well done. So well done. That vocal works so well with the sample from 2 Unlimited as well. It just fits. Yeah, butter your donk. I just love it. I love it. Such a fun track. Such a fun track. Yeah. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm going to be playing the arse off this for a long time. Just made me so happy. I heard that vocal on a Mike Bisping mix the other day and knew we had to use it. Yeah, damn right. It's in my head already. Don't you want to be mine? Don't you want to be mine? Yeah, and then that's a really good sign. If the vocal is in my head from one listen, then yeah, it's a good thing. Because then what will happen is I will look at that in my playlist of tracks to play and I'll be like, oh, I know I like that song. And I'll be already playing it in my head. And that's what makes me play certain tracks, is if I can remember what they sound like just from looking at the title. And yeah, I will remember this one. I love it. Love it. Thank you so much for sending it in, mate. Make sure you go and follow everyone from that track there. Justin Daniels, Jamie R and Charlie Bosch. Well, I'm giving you the Bouncing Bombs SoundCloud there. What's it called? Yeah, Bouncing Bomb Digital. So make sure you give it a follow. Thank you. Thank you, Jamie. Jamie! Jamie! Jamie and his magic torch. Madam. I love making tunes with Charlie Bosch. He honestly, right, I don't know why he's not wifed up yet. He's such a lovely, lovely boy. He really is. You were actually named after that. Shut up. Really? Jamie! That's what I'm going to do next time I see you now. That is so fucking cool that you were named after that cartoon. I love it. Brilliant. But yeah, we need to get Charlie Bosch wifed up. I am so surprised he is not wifed up yet. He is so wonderful. I've actually said that I want to do like some kind of blind date show with him. We're going to bring him round to the studio. I'm going to get some of that gold tinsel curtain stuff, you know, like you have on game shows. And then we're going to do some kind of like weird blind date shit and try and find him a woman. Yeah, he's so lovely. He really is. He's a little sweetheart. So yeah, we're going to completely embarrass him at some point. And then just trying. I know most of my demographic are gay men and heterosexual men, but there might be a few heterosexual females. You know, we might sway him to be gay. I don't know yet. We will see what happens, but I'm not stopping until we get him wifed up or husband up. I don't care. Blind D with the D. Yes. I've already turned gay since watching this stream. Oh, thank you, Jerry, for letting us know you're heterosexual. That's really helpful. Next track is Mark Ross, and this is A Bit Like Yesterday. we go. That is Mark Ross, and a bit like yesterday, something that Control 4 said a bit earlier about only needing 3 or 4 elements in a piece of a track to, you know, to at any point, you know, there just need to be interesting ideas. So going off that, I think that's something that's really relevant to this piece of music, because it's very stripped back. There's not a lot going on, and there's not a lot of percussion. There's a lovely vocal, and there's some great sound design from this that really, really is all you need. Like, it's about being intentional about the sounds that you're using and the feeling you're wanting to convey and the expression you're wanting to give. And this is a great example of that being a thing completely. You know, like, it's very intentional, all of the sound design on that, and it just puts you in this place. You could listen to that tune for a long time and not even know that you're listening to it, but it automatically put me in a sense of like thinking about just being like reflecting, you know. It's a great driving tune, that kind of stuff. It puts me in my own world. It takes me out of this world. This is exactly what music is. It takes you out of IRL, real life, drama, blah, 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 stress, and plunks you into this kind of other realm, this escape. That's what music is for us. And when music does that for us, you know you're onto a good thing. Yeah, very dreamy feel. I wonder what key it's at. I don't know. It's a major key, isn't it? I don't have perfect pitch, so I won't be able to tell you. I won't be able to know what key it's in, but I'll know it's a major key. But that's no idea, unless I have a reference. Unless you gave me a C note, then I wouldn't be able to tell you what key that's in. I know some people can. Yeah, I really liked it. I love the name of it as well, a bit like yesterday. It's just it's very Mark though. It's very Mark Ross. I don't think he's in the chat at the moment, but yeah, I love all of the stuff he does. He makes such a wide variety of music as well. Everything from like the European hard trance stuff to this more laid back thing, and I think that's a great way to be as an artist, is to be able to express yourself in many different ways. Yeah, it's not something that I guess I have done it in my own way. Yeah, if you're stuck with Psy, then just do Psy. Like, it's everyone's different at the end of the day, and there's absolutely nothing wrong and everything probably right with being really good in one area. You know, especially in terms of like people knowing who you are and your brand, so to speak, having one or two genres that you are more prolific. I can't say the word. Will help, you know, with people knowing what it is to expect from you. But yeah, I just really loved that. Really, really great track. Yeah, I guess so. I'm very different to that. I'm very ADHD with my music. I've always played different types of music, but I suppose I'm probably more known for the hard housey stuff. So, but yeah, it's what. Hi, Mark. We're talking about you. We've just been talking about you and your music. We've just listened to it and we loved it. We thought it was really good. Really, really good, as usual. We were just saying about your ability to make so many different styles of music. And I love you for that. I love you for that. I think you're so clever and you're so talented. So, yeah, thank you for sharing your art with us. I really, really, really appreciate you. And that's our show. That's our show today. I am going to raid to you into I'm going to make sure that you guys are sorted for forgiveness of your sins. So we're going to go and raid Ask Jesus. Ask Jesus, if you don't know, is an AI version of Jesus. You can ask him any question that you want to ask. And it's just so funny because people make him say the weirdest shit by like fooling the AI into like saying really random stuff. So right, I'm sorry, but this will overtake your life like it overtakes mine now. So you're welcome, the Disciple Maker. I appreciate you all. Remember, you are important, you matter, and keep being creative. It's very important. That's how important you are. Because if you don't make it, no one else will. And that's fundamentally what you've been put here on earth to do, is to create things that have not been created before. So go and do it. I did say AI Jesus. Yes. Yes. Enjoy. You have been blessed. I'll see you soon.